So, what do hedgehogs eat? It's a relatively simple question, but recently it's been fraught with all kinds of minefields, even for the most careful of us hedgehog carers. So, in this video, we're going to explore more about what you can be leaving out and feeding your hedgehog, and why some of the specifically hedgehog branded food may not be what it appears to be. Stay tuned. Hello, my name is Mike, and Hedgehogs Hollow is the land at the bottom of my garden. If you're passionate about hedgehogs, about attracting them to your garden and then looking after them and caring for them once they're in your garden, then this is the channel for you. And consider subscribing and hit that notification bell so that you make sure that anytime a new video is uploaded, you get the notification. Hedgehogs do generally have a very wide-ranging diet, and that can extend from anything such as the beasts and bugs and creepy crawlies of the garden, which includes caterpillars and leather jackets, earwigs, millipedes and slugs, to things like the extras that they find under the bird feeder. So they may be eating seeds and sunflower hearts, but because of the generalist nature of that diet, they don't, in the wild, pick up any of the bad things in very large amounts. It's everything in moderation. Unfortunately, though, a hedgehog will eat whatever they find. They will just hoover up whatever they can find in front of them, be that good or bad for them. They do not know what is bad for them. So the problem comes when humans give them an abundance of the foods that are bad for them. So that brings us back to the original question. Well, what is good and bad for hedgehogs? And the key thing to remember is metabolic bone disease. Now, there's a lot of science behind this, but it comes down to simply the incorrect proportions of calcium and phosphorus in the food that the hedgehogs are eating. Let's start first, though, with the generally suggested dry cat and dog food. Now, for the most part, dry cat and dog biscuits will be absolutely fine for the hedgehogs visiting your garden. You want to ensure, however, that whatever you leave out for them has been listed with meat as the main ingredient. You want to avoid those foods that have a high content of wheat as a constituent ingredient. You also want to avoid anything that contains milk. Hedgehogs are lactose intolerant, and so anything including milk will be bad for them. And finally, just a general guide with regards to dog food, try to ensure that whatever you leave out is the small sized kibble. Don't give them large chunks because they will not be able to get their mouths around the large biscuits. So then on to the foods that are specifically described as being for hedgehogs, and for the most part these are dry biscuits that are branded as being specifically produced for hedgehogs. And the problem is that wildlife foods are not regulated at all, and therefore the ingredients are by no means controlled, and some, unfortunately, of these products actually contain a high volume of goods and ingredients that are in fact not good for hedgehogs. So when you are even buying hedgehog pellets, hedgehog biscuits, those products that are marked specifically for hedgehogs, you need to watch out that they don't include ingredients such as peanuts, or those sunflower hearts we discussed earlier, or even worse, mealworms. All of these can be related to metabolic bone disease in hedgehogs and can be very harmful for them. You want to watch out that they don't include dry fruit, which high sugar content, that they don't include things like honey that is simply bad for hedgehogs, or perhaps even some kind of dried insect, or milk again, as these cause digestive problems in hedgehogs. So even if you're buying hedgehog biscuits off the shelf or online, make sure to read the ingredients. And then finally, you just want to watch out for any of the specific ingredients in some of these products, such as a high wheat content, which adds no nutritional benefit to the hedgehog at all, as well as if it's a particularly cheap product that perhaps has a high content of chemical additives or preservatives. Again, things that are not going to be encountered by the hedgehogs in the wild and would generally be banned for them. If you want to know more about how you can attract hedgehogs to your garden, then have a look at this video about 6 ways to attract hedgehogs. Otherwise, have a look at our Caring for Hedgehogs playlist. That's got a lot more information around caring for hedgehogs that do visit your garden. If you found this video useful, then please give us a like and consider subscribing. Until next time, from myself, Mike, goodbye.